Yeah, welcome. So now there's no announcement from my side. I will give a kind of interims report because this is work in progress. As you can see, when we move to the lunch, you will pass the Mühle, Stockmühle. I use the German word. It's a mill. It's a special mill, and I'm very happy. So when we fixed that we will have the World War Day here in Austria in Stübing, we were thinking we would like to have a special project. We would like to have a monument staying alive afterwards. And it was a long time wish from the founder of the museum to have such a kind of mill here in the museum. And now it's here, almost, not completed at the moment. What I'm going to talk about is it's not the mills you can see in the museum, so not the kind of mill with the horizontal wheel. It's the other way around. It's a very nice picture from a Swedish site. That's exactly the same system. So this is the much more easier mill. You don't have to have a gear. You just run this like a turbine, and this moves the stone on the top. So it's a much more easier way. And we looked a little bit for the story of this kind of mill. And it looks like that it started about 100 BC, so more than 2,000 years ago, most likely in Asia Minor. There was a description in Greece a little bit later. And it looks like that there was a kind of Greek type and also a little bit of a Scandinavian type. Anyway, it's quite obvious that it comes from this idea of grinding, grain, whatever. And you can see, for example, that's this more Greek-style type. So this is also different to that what you can see here at the Reconstruction. And we found also some hints that it's also in China about 2,000 years ago. I'm quite sure that's not really precise. Maybe they've started earlier, but that's the information we found up to now. So in the medieval times, there are some hints that it was distributed all over the globe, except Australia. So maybe we can find somewhere, I don't know, and Oceania, of course. There's one very nice link we found in the Gastein Valley. That's Salzburg is 200 kilometers west from here. In 1550, there was 116 such mills within a valley. It's not very long. So you see that was really very common here in Austria, but not also in Austria, in most of the regions as I've shown you. Nowadays, we don't have a really precise number. When we started this reconstruction project, we have just recognized that it's one less than the year before because one was destroyed by flooding. So it looks like that we have 16 in Austria still, which are protected. And finally, we have chosen one of them in Karls am Großglockner, so that's at the southern rim of the Alpine part in eastern Tyrol, the Pal Mill, and that's our model. That's our model. So we did measurements on this mill to reconstruct one by one, really in detail. And what I'm going to show you is a lot of pictures. So this was in May last year. We went there. Erwin, he's the mastermind of the whole project. Klaus from the museum, and the owner of the mill. Unfortunately, he died 2 months later. So you see, there's also really a need on safeguarding this knowledge. Yeah, and we did the measurements. Mike was joining us, and also Charlotte, and yeah. We did a 3D measurement. So we have a 3D model of this mill, of the building as well as of the machine, and so that's the background of reconstruction. And the work started already last year. A little bit of preparation, so the foundation was set because the foundation was done in a modern way because we have to safeguard it, because it's maybe also not the best place, but it's the only place we found in the museum where we can put it. And so you see it's quite a modern way of foundation, just to keep it safe at this place. And in December, before it was really getting frozen soil, we had to bring in this these pillars here. And in November, we have got the sponsorship of a very nice sponsorship of a forest company just beside. So you can see this pile of logs. This is needed to set up the mill. We got it last year in November. And then in February, Erwin and some colleagues from the museum started on preparation. So that means hewing with the broad axe, bringing the first beam. So these are large, the other ones are in Norway spruce, and starting to set up the building. Yeah, and then finally the WWD event started. It started earlier than maybe you have recognized. It started on the 12th of March for two teams, the design team and the mill reconstruction team. And so I lost two names because they came in very late. But you can see all of these very nice colleagues were working, are still working to finalize this project. So the goal was to run this mill on Saturday. It was possible to run it 2 days ago, first time. Just by chance I was there. It was really fantastic. So yeah, we will try. So the machinery is still not completely fixed. So we hope we will get it until Saturday. So some pictures from last week. Mark working here. Pierre, Jacques, he was doing the turning. This axle. This was the biggest challenge to turn this axle. It's more than 2 meters long, diameter of 35 centimeters. So that's a long time ago that someone did something like this. We have got the old stones, fortunately, otherwise it would be quite complicated. And you see, this is from yesterday, pictures from yesterday. They started again, so it's still not perfect adjusted, so we have to adjust the water line here a little bit, but it runs, it works. So that's the first time to set up a mill like this for the last decades, maybe 100 years, we don't know it. Of course, they were rebuilt and stuff like this, but really to set up from the beginning, that's the first time since a very long time. And you can see here, there's also a picture from yesterday. We've got, they already started to do the roofing. So the building is really almost done, and you will see it when you pass on for lunch. And I would like to invite you, if you find the time, to have a look on it. It's really, really fantastic. Yeah, they had a kind of celebration, Dachgleichenfeier, what we call it. And Erwin did a very nice job on this celebration. I didn't attend at this time. And you can see the team. So that's Erwin, 3 guys from the museum. Andy was helping for turning, Mark again. Tony was helping a little bit. This is one of the young furniture makers helping us. This is the second one. Joe, Pierre, and Ellie, who also joined us since 2 days to help to fulfill this really very nice project. Yeah, many thanks for the support. We have got from the museum, as well as, of course, from IUWCS, to have the opportunity to do this. And I'm really happy to have this kind of monument which stay here in the museum. Thank you.